Let's move on. Let's talk about the UK. Our great friend Douglas Murray has written a fantastic piece about a poll that was released this week showing that only 41% of young British people, that's young people aged 18 to 27, felt proud to be British, just 41%. And you contrast that to just 21 years ago, back in 2004, the figure was 80%, Ami. And I would think this is not confined to the UK. This is a phenomenon we're seeing in the Western world. And I would argue it's a dangerous phenomenon.
Oh, it's not just a dangerous phenomenon. It's the death of Western culture and Western supremacy if that trend continues. It's incredibly dangerous. It's incredibly awful. And look, Michelle Holbach wrote this phenomenal book called Submission. And I recommend everyone read it. It's about how it was a novel about how Islam took over France. And a large part of that was because there was a lack of French nationalism and the degradation of French nationalism. If you'll indulge me with two personal stories, I think exemplifies this, if you don't mind, Rita. Friends of mine visited from England a couple of years ago, and their young daughter remarked to us and to their parents, she's like, I don't understand why there's so many American flags out. She was flabbergasted by it because the Union Jack is flown nowhere in England. And then another story that I've told before, but it bears repeating, is that here in the U.S., you know, my coffee shop that I go to, like most coffee shops, quite left-leaning. And during Gay Pride Month, they have the Gay Pride flag up. And during Black History Month, and I'm sorry, during Juneteenth, they have the Juneteenth flag up. You know what flag they don't have up during the 4th of July? The American flag, right? This is a problem we have with the left. The left wants to destroy patriotism because when you destroy patriotism, that's how you are able to remake society in their own warped image. That's the goal. You know, during the Spanish Civil War, Franco remarked, there are 4 nationalist columns approaching Madrid. And there's a 5th column in Madrid looking to attack from within. That is what the left is. The hard left is a 5th column inside the United States and inside Western Europe because they see patriotism as a wall against them, buttressing American society and Western society, and they don't like that. They don't want that. The good news is that Trump, he really made massive strides with young people in this country. We're hoping that Gen Z is actually flipping the script and will actually move more toward the Republican column and more toward patriotism. And by the way, there's a fascinating article recently in The Atlantic about the youth and said COVID is one of the major reasons why the youth has moved to the right, because they saw their freedoms being taken away and they didn't like it. So I'm hoping there's hope. Rita, we'll see.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, because we see it right here in Australia, a country where every citizen should be proud, but so many youngsters have got that anti-West sentiment. Before you go, just want to quickly ask you about this latest executive order we've seen from Donald Trump. He's probably signed more since this one. Yesterday, he signed an order to expand access to IVF and other fertility treatments through the reduction of out-of-pocket costs. Ami, I'm sure we were told repeatedly throughout the election campaign that Republicans wanted to ban IVF altogether. Obviously, that's not the case.
No, it's exactly this is the Trump derangement syndrome exemplified, right? Where everybody was out there saying that Trump is against IVF. He's going to take away the ability to have children. The exact opposite. He telegraphed this. He said he was supportive of IVF. He wanted to do this. It's exactly what it did. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people on the right who are actually condemning this. I think this is extremely pro-life, pro-family. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. And this is how we lose elections. We got to be careful.
Ami Horowitz, thank you so much for your time tonight.